South Yorkshire Police, can I help you?
My son hasn't been seen since Saturday. The door's open and everything's all over the place.
Every 2 minutes, someone in Britain is reported missing.
He's gone again.
Failed to attend to pick up her children from school.
I've lost plot now, totally and utterly, because I don't think we're going to find him.
Every case is a race against time as police search for the reasons why.
Worst case scenario, he has kidnapped her.
Has he taken overdoses before? We need to get into that mindset as to what they're thinking and how they're thinking.
And trace the missing person's last known steps.
To and fro in cabs, and then he's disappeared. It's confirmed it's not on the CCTV.
I'm going to put her on as a high-risk misper. There is potential threat to life.
Drawing on every power to make a breakthrough.
I'm wanting a telecom search for his mobile phone.
This address is empty.
I think we're at a dead end at the moment.
In the mission to bring loved ones back to their families.
He's on Stanford Road and he's bleeding.
It's pressure because you want the ending to be a happy ending.
Big car, we are within that. Stand by. We're going to need an ambulance.
Is this the day that we don't get him back?
Police emergency.
My husband has gone missing. We've just been and seen doctors yesterday with his mental health. He's left a note.
What does he say on the note?
Says about him hearing voices. I can't get them out of my head. He's telling me to kill people. I must go to Derby Street and get my revenge.
Right, can I take your husband's name?
Mark.
52-year-old Mark has disappeared from home, leaving a troubling note for his wife.
Can I just make you aware of Mr. coming in, Mark? We'll go check Derby Street.
A unit is immediately dispatched to the Sheffield street where Mark's note stated he wants to seek revenge.
If he's come here looking for someone, is he just going to be walking across the main road? Will he be in parklands?
Have you heard anything from Mark?
Nothing. I've just tried his mobile, but it's still off. I haven't heard anything at all.
Right.
At Mark's house, PC's Jess Roy and Ruby Mortimer have arrived to interview his wife Nicola. She returned from dropping their daughter to school to find him gone.
Do you know if he's got what else with him?
There was a tin with like a little lock knife. That's missing. I don't know if he's like took it and just put it in his pocket or he's hid it somewhere, but I don't know.
Yeah. So is it a pocket knife, did you say?
Yeah, I think it's like a,
If someone makes threats to hurt themselves or others and we find a weapon is missing, that increases the risk to members of the public and police officers looking for them. We have to take all threats like that seriously.
Go ahead.
Talking to Mark's wife now, she has mentioned that he has taken a knife with him.
Can PCs please be aware when approaching Mark? He's armed with a small lock knife and may be a direct danger.
Yes.
How has he seen recently?
Mark's been alright for quite a few months. It's only in the last few weeks that things have sort of escalated a bit, really.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He just sits there. Don't really do anything. Do you know what I mean? Don't really say anything, just watches a lot of telly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Today obviously took me way off guard. You know, weren't expecting anything. When it come back, the door should have been unlocked. When I got back it was locked, and I knew straight away.
Right, James, we've got this note in relation to Mark.
At Mossway Police Station in Sheffield, Sergeant Simon Pickering has received a copy of Mark's note.
The voices won't let up. I know what I must do now, and no one will stop me. I will get my revenge. I will murder the people that have hurt me.
Do we know of any issues he's got with people in Derby Street?
Not that I'm aware of. He's mentioned something that's happened in the past there, so there obviously is something that's gone off. Mental health underpins a lot of the call-outs we do get as the police. If someone leaves a note saying they want to harm themselves or others, then for us that's very worrying. If someone writes that down, we have to treat it as a genuine threat, whether it just be for a cry for help or whether it be a genuine, we don't know. If he's making a threat, it will be deemed as high risk.
Mark's note, with its warning of violence, elevates the case to the highest priority.
Hey mate, you free to speak?
Yes, go ahead.
Been down Derby Street, nothing noticeable.
Roger, that's received.
Have you got CCTV?
I have, yeah.
Are we alright just quickly photograph that so
Yeah?
we know exactly?
Yeah, I can put
Great.
camera on for it. Here we go. There he is. So you can see he's getting his phone out to switch it off. And down he goes. And then he walks off. To me, it looks like he's heading either down towards Manor or right towards Canal for quite a long time now. And Mark has been going missing. He has turned up back at the house now and again, but the last 2 times he were down at Canal.
The CCTV shows Mark turning right out of his house towards the top of his road. From there, he could have turned in the direction of the residential street already searched by police, or right towards the Sheffield Canal.
Would it be possible to dispatch a unit to the canal areas to search for any signs or positive signs of Mark so far?
Received.
Just pressing his description, white male, wearing a dark blue hoodie, blue trousers and black trainers.
Do you know which direction you want us in?
Towards town.
Yeah, towards town.
Officers start to scour the Sheffield Canal, but it's not an easy task. It winds for nearly 4 miles through the city centre and northeastern suburbs.
Scare of 6. Has it been spotted? Negative, not clean seen. Keep looking.
Mark could be short-tempered. It could go from 0 to 10 quite quickly. And things had been fine for quite a few years, right up until 2017, when Mark was fishing on the Sheffield Canal. And I got a phone call from a police officer saying that Mark had been attacked. 2 blokes were trying to get Mark's fishing tackle, and he actually said to him, "You'll have to kill me before you get my fishing tackle." And they obviously both went about him, and Mark was knocked unconscious. That's when Mark's mental health deteriorated and he actually got sectioned and put in hospital. And they diagnosed Mark with PTSD and borderline personality disorders. The PTSD part is from being attacked, and it's basically just sent him over the edge, and he tried to kill himself. Police have never found those people from when he got attacked, and Mark won't let that lie. He thinks that they live on Derby Street, and he wants justice for the damage that's been caused to him.
I've got a high-risk missing person called Mark, and I'm wanting a Grade 1 telecom search on him for his mobile phone, looking for any masts that he's on and also his call data.
With the potential that Mark could be at risk to himself or others, Sergeant Pickering has applied for authority to trace his phone, but the CCTV suggests that Mark turned it off when he left the house.
Brilliant. I get those information across to you, not a problem at all. It does worry you if someone turns the phone off and doesn't want to be found intentionally. It means we can't find the live location of that handset at that time, which proves problematic for us. Some network providers offer us a feature where if the phone comes back onto the network, it's like a pinging effect, we'll get notified straight away that that phone's come back on, and we'll get notified of the location.
Welcome to the EE voicemail.
On every occasion that he has gone missing. It's the not knowing is I think the worst part. Not knowing what's happened to him. Mark can't cope with what he's feeling and thinking. He can't deal with it. What I was really scared of is of Mark killing himself or him killing someone else. And that's a scary thought.
Yorkshire Police, can I help?
Can you report a missing person, please?
Okay, and who is it that you're reporting missing?
My mum. It's my brother that's noticed she's missing. He lives with her. He fell asleep about midnight and he was awoken by his friend at 11 this morning and she went in, but she never leaves the house.
A man has woken up to find that his mother, who suffers from poor mental health, has vanished.
She's literally been housebound.
She's been shielding, yeah?
Well, she was shielding, but then her anxiety and depression took over. She's known to have taken overdoses.
Right, okay.
But she's never just disappeared.
She ever gone missing before? No, not that's recorded with us. The son and family described her as a bit of a recluse, and as such, this disappearance is a little bit out of character. Okay.
At Ecclesfield Police Station, Inspector Matt Wood is risk assessing the case.
She suffers from anxiety and depression. Yeah. There's been an attempt suicide by means of an overdose and was taken to hospital.
Okay. So for me, it's high risk.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So, handed to you.
When we find out that the person has been shielding throughout COVID, the behaviour for them is to stop in the house and they very rarely go out. To find out that they've then gone out, it is concerning. She's got previous history of mental health issues and a suicide attempt. Is that the reason they've gone missing? Or is there something else happened we need to know about? It's triggering a number of questions that I'm going to want to know the answers to.
Are we all right going in?
Officers have arrived at the house the woman shares with her adult son to find out if he can shed any light on her disappearance.
Has she taken a coat or anything like that?
No, but she took a jumper, like plain grey, like that.
Right, so she took a plain grey jumper. She's not.
She took a coat.
She hasn't took a coat. She took a boat.
She took a phone.
Right.
He hasn't seen his mum since midnight last night.
She was alright last night, but today I got up about 10:30. Usually I come in and say hello to me, but she went in, and then I went to the door, and next minute I seen key on the floor. I'm like, I've got my key, went home got hers.
Right.
And she made any plans? She don't go out, she through all this COVID and that, she's just been here. She's never done it before, it's out of ordinary. And it's just worrying.
The reason the children are concerned is because she's posted her key back through the letterbox and usually carries a key with her all the time.
Received.
We don't know what time she's left. It's some point between about midnight last night and 11 o'clock this morning.
Thank you. Can you send that to me and Ben as well, please?
Yes.
Inspector Wood and Sergeant Ben Taylor need to work out where to deploy resources to start the search.
She's been missing hours now. So there's quite a big gap in between notice she's missing, being reported missing. She can't drive, no access to a car, so she's on foot clearly.
It's now 5 p.m. Although the woman is on foot, in the 17 hours since her son last saw her, she could have covered a large distance.
You've got this long period when a person's not being seen. We need that timestamp. We need to know how long they've been gone, see how far they could have got. We need to know which way they've gone at what time, and then you can start planning your investigation.
Can we look at CCTV in the area with a view to obtaining the direction of travel?
Yeah, 6-2. We'll go to the shops.
Officers start trying to find out whether any of the local shops have cameras which might have picked up a sighting.
Have you seen this lady?
I haven't. Not at all. I haven't.
No.
Already.
Alright, thanks anyway. Hi love, just a quick one. Have you got CCTV cameras?
Yes.
Alright, thank you. Have you got access to the cameras that are here and here? Am I alright to come in and have a look?
You can see outside.
The outside one, yeah. Basically, what we're looking for is any time between midnight last night and 11. Can you zoom in on that for me, please?
CCTV can give you a confirmed sighting, but it's not a quick intel gathering. It takes a long time, especially in this situation where this lady may be trying to harm herself or take her own life. Time is really, really important. So if we don't find her quickly, the outcome might be getting worse the longer we don't find her.
So where does she store her current medication?
For example. So
Yeah.
As the woman is known to have taken overdoses in the past, her son allows police to search the house for signs of any missing medication.
There's an awful lot of medication in this house.
How's she come to have so much?
Well, if you look at these, some of them are from years ago.
Because obviously there is lots of boxes laying about.
Yeah.
Do we know for definite she's got some of these or not?
For example, this box is empty.
Yeah.
So how do you know that she's not taken the contents of that box? You don't. So at the moment we don't know whether she's got medication with her.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
6-3 Tango, just some further details for you when you're ready. Yes. We've done a search of the flat. We've taken photos of the list of medication that she's on.
Actually, mate, nothing further.
The possibility that the woman could have a large quantity of tablets increases the likelihood of a threat to her life. Sergeant Taylor requests to get her phone traced.
We've done all the inquiries we can at home address. We need to check her phone now, we need to ping her phone. She's taking a medication, whether that's missing, but they don't know what kind of tablet she's got.
Yeah.
And we'll have to firm it up with cops down there, see what he's missing, how many tablets she has.
Not everyone takes all the medication correctly, so they end up getting a stockpile at home. So if they did want to take more than they should, they've got the capacity to. When you've got loads of empty packets of medication, you have to make a judgment and work on the worst case scenario. I'm working under the impression that she has the intention of ending her life.
Could it be her?
Go ahead.
We think we've managed to locate her.
She appears to have gone past it. 12 minutes past 7.
CCTV from a local newsagent's reveals a woman walking past early this morning.
Has she got anything with her, obviously, like a bag or a rucksack or anything like
that? Bright pink rucksack on her back.
Spot on, mate, thank you. So yeah, if you get a photo of that, and then we need to get that to the Sun, don't we?
The camera tracks the woman heading north towards the main road. before she disappears from frame. It means that she could be travelling towards the outskirts of town and from there into the countryside.
She matches description.
We just need to get that confirmed.
If we get that confirmed from family that that is her, that's what she's wearing, then we need to defer the CCTV checks further out road, see where she goes from
Work
there.
our way down.
Make his way down here.
Yeah.
But the recording was just after 7 a.m, meaning that if it is her, she will have had an almost 12-hour head start.
Known to mental health services. Unfortunately, he's been missing quite a few times.
It's 7 hours since PTSD sufferer Mark was captured on CCTV leaving his house. There's been no sign of him since he apparently took a knife from home and left a troubling note.
Suicidal thoughts, superficial cuts to his arms. I'm looking at all the information in our system. I don't think he's going to be a threat to anyone else, it's more a threat to himself.
Officers have been searching the length of the Sheffield Canal where Mark was attacked 4 years ago.
People can relive incidents if they had a traumatic experience. When it comes to like PTSD, things can trigger stuff, so maybe that he wants to go to those areas to relive or to sort it out in his own mind.
Just spoke to a cyclist who cycled down the city centre. He's not seen anything matching the description of Mark.
We're looking at the canal banks. Is there any signs that the person has been there? Then looking for outhouses, little tuckaways. Is there a person in the water?
We just walked from Tinsley Marina down to the back of Sheffield Arena and there's been no sightings there. We've just bumped into two lads that have walked all the way from town, come the opposite way to us and they've not seen them all.
There's no sign of him on the canal.
Roger, all received. Yep, nice one, thank you. Bye. So, James, I just got the cell data back. That was his last map location.
With police running out of leads, there's been a breakthrough. Cell site data has just arrived showing that Mark's phone has been switched back on.
11 minutes past 4, his phone was on, and it was pinging off the mast, which is above Bankers Draft pub in town, in at City Centre.
Mark's phone has briefly connected to a mast in the city centre, close to the canal.
Can you head for Bankers Draft in town, please, for this Mr. Enquiries?
Officers are sent to check pubs where Mark is thought to drink, which are close to the phone mast.
You alright?
Yes, I'm alright, thank you.
So we're looking for this gentleman. Mark, his name is. He's only little. He's about my height. No.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Have attended Bankers Draft in town centre. No sightings. Same for Dove and Rainbow.
Yeah, just can't log. Just had a good look around. It's definitely not for you.
Before Mark got attacked, things were going really well. We've been together 27 years, married 22. We had his daughter, you know, we were happy. We used to work, go on holiday, went on a cruise. He was very caring, you know, he'd do anything for you. It's upsetting how he's become in the last few years. If I could wave a magic wand where he didn't have them thoughts, then obviously I would. But I have no control over what Mark thinks or what he does. It is heartbreaking. Hello? You want to stay on phone and I'll ring off the other line? Where are you? Stay on phone with me.
Sorry, I'll hang up.
No, don't hang up. Hiya, my husband been reported missing. It's Mark. I've got him on the other line. I need police officers to go to Staniford Road at the Darnell end.
Mark's just phoned saying he's currently standing on the bridge over the canal. Can we get someone down there?
That's it, the bridge over the canal, Mark, near All Tools. Yeah, it is, yeah.
Probably 6-5, we're out of this bridge, I'm standing now, just trying to locate Mark. Yeah, it's definitely not over this bridge, we're just going to go under it. But we are within now, stand by.
Okay, bye.
Mark has been found on a bridge over the canal, without a knife or having harmed anyone.
Thank you. Thanks.
PC's Roy and Mortimer have returned with him to assess his state of mind.
Nicola tells us you're not feeling okay.
No. It's all these thoughts I'm having. And suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. I mean, I were in town looking up at with scaffolding, and I thought, and then I thought now.
Have you spoken to men's health team about these thoughts?
Not today, no.
Yeah.
But I spoke to the doctor about them and stuff, and I'm not seeing somebody for another 3 weeks.
Yeah, clearly needs some more help. Have you hurt yourself, Mark?
No, I know.
That was Monday.
Yeah.
Are they previous?
Yeah, today I've not.
A large percentage of the people that go missing are having a mental health crisis. They might go missing not by choice, but just because they feel like they don't know what else to do. It's definitely got worse through the pandemic. It is shocking what people do to themselves. I see a lot of people with cuts on their arms, and they think that's the only way they can cope with it all. A lot of people are struggling at the moment. They don't feel like they've got anyone to talk to. There's just not enough services there to help them. And the police are having to pick up the pieces.
We can here and now ring the crisis team to speak to him, tell him how you're feeling now, and see if they can get doctors to see you some quicker and try and get you some better support, because I don't want it that you're going missing every day because someone's not helping you.
He did have a mental health team, and they said, we think that we've done everything that we can for you, and they were discharging him, and I said, we're not ready to be like thrown to wolves. We'd probably never be ready, but he got discharged and that were it. I've always been here and supported him. I love Mark, and I've never said I can't cope and I don't want you here. I'd never do that. If we're not here for him, who's going to be there for him? Nobody.
Yorkshire Police. Can I help you? Can I report my husband missing? Well, I've been out all morning and he's gone again. He suffers with his mental health and it's escalated over the last few weeks.
And what's your husband called?
Mark. I've just checked my CCTV
yes.
and he went at 17 minutes past 8.
Any places where he'd go to?
Sheffield Canal.
Right, okay.
Nicola has come home to find Mark left 5 hours ago, this time without leaving a note.
And I'm thinking, oh God, not again. I don't want him to go missing, but that's not in my control, and I think it's not in Mark's control either. This time, I'm hoping that he doesn't actually, do anything.
Damien, it's Matt Wood, Sheffield East Inspector. You all right? We've got a high-risk MISPA running currently.
In Ecclesfield, it's almost 18 hours since anyone has seen the woman suffering from depression who has disappeared from home with a quantity of medication.
Hello, mate. Are you still at the home address, or are you going back to doing CCTV checks?
Before police widen their search, they need her son to verify CCTV, which they believe shows her leaving town at 7 a.m.
I don't think so. I've just been round to your mum's address to see if I can come and speak to you, but you're not in. Whereabouts are you? But what if she turns up, right? She hasn't got a key and she goes somewhere else.
I've got to just do my search, follow me onto bits.
Right, could do with you coming back. Right, well we'll be outside the house because obviously we've got to sit and wait for you. That's all.
Human instinct is, I want to go and help them. I want to go and find them. I can't just sit here and do nothing. But it's a high-risk investigation. We really do need family to stay at home. This person has posted their keys back to the door, so there's no one at home, and they return. They could just go again, and we've lost the opportunity to find them. We've also got someone who can look at CCTV images if we're able to get them and say, yes, that's them, or no, that's not. Every second counts, so having any kind of delay is bad. That would go ahead.
It's 40 minutes before Inspector Wood gets any news via the woman's son.
It's confirmed it's not on CCTV.
And that CCTV, son says it's not her.
Not her?
Not her.
For the pink rucksack?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Police have now lost their best potential lead.
That's the spot.
Their only hope is the woman's phone data. The trace results have just come through.
So she's not called out at all?
She's not made any calls. There are mobile data events, which is her using her data.
Analysis shows the phone is still turned on and has been used since the woman disappeared.
That's the area that it could potentially be narrowed down to according to O2, which is still a massive area, 1.2 kilometres.
The phone has connected to a mast covering a 1.2 kilometre radius. It narrows down the area for police to search, but the woman's house lies within it.
Her phone could be at home.
That's my concern.
We need to search the house, ring it,
thoroughly.
listen.
Yeah.
Because it could be at home in that.
That's going to be worrying, isn't it? If her phone's still at home,
yeah,
we've been spocking it for no reason.
6-3, can I ask you to go to the home address, please, and do a search of the property? Yes.
We're trying to see if there's anything else, particularly her phone still in the address.
Well, it's just all doing me nothing. Everything.
A team returns to the woman's house to conduct a second, more intensive search for her phone.
It's all empty, isn't it? There's stuff in that one. Can't see, if you lift the side, that front side up, I can't see in that one.
Police took pictures of all this.
Yeah. I'm aware we're going through your stuff and I appreciate that's unsettling. But because she's still missing, we need to be confident that we've covered all the bases.
The purple one's where it's likely to be from O2. Her...
Do you want to forward that to me and George?
Yes.
Meanwhile, Inspector Wood briefs Sergeant Kelly Harrigan to start planning for a detailed search of the area covered by the phone mast.
I'm not confident that phone's in the house. So can 3 from your van meet Alex, who's at the house? They can buddy up, and I want that properly searching. And then you and the other 3 work your way this way.
COVID has definitely had an impact on people's mental health, without a shadow of a doubt. Not being able to go to work, not being able to go and see family members and friends. Because more and more people are struggling, everyone's not getting the help that they need. There's just not enough support to help them.
Right, I'm ringing it now. It's ringing.
She's vulnerable, she's out there on her own, possibly having taken an overdose.
Does she have it on silent normally, or will she have it on loud? It's ringing, but it's not. You can't hear it, can you?
We know the phone is switched on, it's pinging to a location. She's not answering the phone. Why is she not answering the phone? Is she not answering the phone because she can't? You're just waiting for new information to come to light.
So everything's been done. So there's no phone. I'm confident it's not here.
With no trace of the phone at the woman's house, officers need to intensively focus on the surrounding area.
Hello, my name is Ben Taylor. I'm a sergeant at Ecclesfield Police Station.
Sergeant Taylor calls a family member to see if they can pinpoint any other location nearby.
Is there anywhere she likes to go? Right. Is she familiar with that area? Walking down where? That's brilliant. She says she walks through the woodlands, so she says she's familiar with that area.
The relative has revealed that there's a spot to the west of the woman's house where she used to walk before she started shielding in the pandemic. But it's an area of dense woodland, and no one has seen her for 21 hours.
It's going to have cops on foot then, isn't it? How many have we got on van?
1 and 6. That needs to be priority 1 now, doesn't it?
It's got to be, wait, before it gets pitch black.
You don't know if she's got lost and hurt herself, or she's gone with the intention of hurting herself. But all things point towards the woodland. As time ticks by, you're continuing to get more and more risk, because if they have taken an overdose, those tablets will have taken effect. It's a significant possibility that we might arrive and we are too late.
From looking at previous, it could be anywhere from a canal to the Banker's Draft in town.
At Mossway Police Station, Sergeant Philip Warburton is directing the search for PTSD sufferer Mark, whose wife has reported him missing for the 2nd time in a week.
So Dale's going down to the address. If you can link in with him, and once that's, we've got lines of inquiry identified, just follow it up, mate.
Yeah.
Are you aware on the 26th there was a suicide note and he was high risk?
Yeah.
So just speak to Dale and go wherever he directs you.
Right. Can work with that.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Thank you. Mark is regularly reported missing, and the vast majority of the time he's in crisis. Often thinks about suicide, often thinks about death, often thinks about hurting somebody else. So, given that background, it's time critical.
Oh, my head's pounding.
Oh, I can imagine.
PC Dale Coe needs to find out from Nicola whether Mark left any indication of what he may be planning.
So he's not mentioned today, or I want to go and do this, or I want to go and get this
No.
done, or...
But I mean, he never does. He's in a cycle where when he's in a state in bed and he's dreaming or he's having nightmares or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's in a cycle where he's in distress then that morning and off we go.
Right.
It's just difficult because, like I say, you don't know, do you? Because, you know, you don't know what's going through the mind. In August 2017, Mark came out of hospital, but he couldn't adjust to society. He still has really bad nightmares, and then Mark can't deal, obviously, with his emotions and his feelings, and then disassociates himself from reality. He flees the house to sort of escape.
6-1 Alpha.
Bill Wolverton, go ahead.
Yeah, just getting a picture of today's events, really. There's not much to go on so far.
What's the preparations for absence? Has he taken anything with him?
His mobile phone, however, that is switched off.
Has she been able to give you any other lines of inquiry?
Not really, no.
Conversation between everyone was pretty minimal. He hasn't mentioned going anywhere today, to be honest.
Received.
What I do need to do is a quick search at Ounce.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Quite often, high-risk individuals make no preparation for absence whatsoever. So what we'll find is that we'll go to the address and they've got the coat, they've got the shoes, and very, very little else. Because when we are genuinely in crisis, there is no tomorrow. So there is no need to plan for it. He clearly was concentrating on what was in his head at that point in time and nothing else.
Right, I'm gonna start looking up and down the canal. Okay.
Yeah, ta.
So there's no direct way up here. No way getting up that.
With no confirmation of where Mark may have headed, PC's Jack Davey and Charlotte Ritchie start a systematic search of the canal close to where he was found a week ago.
We're worried what he's going to do. When he's come down previously, he has harmed himself, so we want to make sure he's not doing that. With repeat missing people, it's very easy to say, oh, he's done this before, he'll turn back up. However, you don't know that. You can make that assumption, and 9 out of 10 times you might be right, but that one time you're not right, someone potentially could lose a life.
Hello, mate. I'm just Stat 6 Bacon Lane, onset Canal.
We're looking for a chap who's been missing from earlier today. He's wearing a navy blue tracksuit, quite a big build chap. Have you seen anyone matching that? 50s?
No.
Thank you, I do appreciate it.
There is a gent I've just seen actually walking towards us, bald.
Where?
He's just walking towards us down there.
Coming this way?
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure? No, he's got jeans on.
He's got jeans on, he's got glasses, and our chap's completely bald.
Hi, Nicola, it's Dale.
You know Stanford Road?
Yeah.
He's down there. He says he's bleeding.
Is there any units able to go to Stanifirth Road for this high-risk misper?
He's just phoned his wife, said he's on there and he's bleeding.
He's on Stanford Road and he's bleeding.
Hey up, Nicola, it's Dale. Did he say whereabouts on Stanifirth Road? Right, no worries.
This is bridge here, isn't it?
Do you want to go down there and I'll go over?
Yeah, mate. So, we're going. Right, he's going over.
Alright.
Yeah, we're going.
Can you get
right.
left?
Yeah.
Can you get left? Mark!
Are you Mark? Hello, Mark. Have you done that to yourself, Mark? Yeah, okay.
I'm just going to check your pockets. How long ago have you done that? About half an hour ago. Right, let's get you back up to the car, mate. We've got an ambulance travelling. Lovely. When I see someone who's significantly self-harmed, it can be an alarming thing to see. However, you do become slightly conditioned to it. You deal with it quite often. Right. What I'm going to do first is just try and wipe you. This is going to sting, I won't lie. Let's be honest. We're not medical professionals. We're not mental health professionals. However, you have to assess the situation. You have to think about what the next steps are. What can we do in that moment? And if we can take action there and deal with it, we will. Did you plan on ending your life when you went out for a walk today?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
When you came to us then, is that what your intentions were?
No, I'd come down a little bit then.
You're feeling better? Okay. In essence, we need to make sure you see a mental health team today. The issue we've got is, if you don't want to, we have certain powers that we can make you do it.
Right. I've been sectioned 4 times. I won't handle being sectioned again, mate. It don't make you any better inside.
No.
It's like being in prison.
Yeah.
They locked me in quiet room last time because I kept escaping. So that's no good to me.
It's not a fix, is it, to this issue? Can you talk?
Yes, mate, I can.
In my opinion, unless you tell me otherwise, I don't think this is a 136 is necessary, or it's going to be what's best for him. He's not feeling suicidal at the moment. His partner's aware. She thinks the best thing to do would be bring him back. I don't think he will get any additional benefit from being 136.
Yeah, understood, mate. Let's press on with that.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
No worries, mate. Keep us updated. The Section 136 of the Mental Health Act allows the police to detain somebody for up to 24 hours to ensure that they see mental health professionals. It is a decision that the police don't take lightly. It is a last resort.
Cheers.
Waiting for the doctor to ring.
Lovely.
She's going to ring me back.
We've got an ambulance coming just because there's superficial cuts to his arms, which will hopefully engage him as well. We've wrapped him up.
His behaviour, his outlook at that point in time suggested that his crisis point was behind him and that he didn't need drastic intervention.
The issue we've got is, if this was to happen again in a couple of hours' time, you more than likely would be sectioned. But I don't think that's going to benefit you.
No, it's not.
I think what you need is your family, because they obviously care about you very much, and you need some support. We will push another referral through to try and make you a larger priority for them. So if we can do that for you, prevent this happening again, in the nicest way possible, you'll never have to see me again.
We need more help with mental health with Mark that we're not getting.
I wish you all the best, and I hope we don't meet like this again. Thank you.
I mean, Mark's doctor has been in touch with them, but there's obviously thousands out there that have got to wait to go through NHS system. I mean, you could be waiting on a waiting list for over a year to even get in or to see someone, and that's way too long. Until then, I'll just do everything what I have to keep him safe.
Right, Alex, we're going to go and start the search. So that does it go into the
And then it's going to take us all back.
A police team led by Sergeant Kelly Harrigan is assembling to search a woodland for the potentially suicidal woman.
Gaffer said it's quite wide.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we all start together and spread out and then just walk.
Yeah, in a line.
Yeah, in a line.
Yeah.
The woman's phone has been traced to this area, but it's now almost 22 hours since anyone has seen her.
The main thing we have to do is just flood the area with people to search as quickly as possible, especially when it's starting to get dark.
I would. I mean, it is a wooded area.
We suspect she's taken an overdose and she's going to be in need of medical attention. That would make the situation more critical.
We think she may well have taken her drugs with her
and planning on something. Yeah, they obviously missed not much football, huh?
With the light fading and a wide area to search, the fire brigade has been called in to assist.
So can you just make sure you're just shining your torches in the trees?
The main areas that the fire service has the ability to deploy crews very quickly. We can get boots on the ground within minutes. We come with equipment such as thermal imaging camera and various specialist torches. Just normal night vision won't actually pick up that person if they are falling into the hedge or if they've slipped down the bank.
Don't know where that path leads, so that follows me. Once you go past this little turn here, you go up and walk halfway between that top path and this. I'll go up that side. And Tony can maintain the middle.
Yeah.
There are streams and it is quite a severe gradient in places. And it doesn't take much at all to wander off in the dark, slip off of the path and fall down.
So this is the route she still could have took from
Yeah,
her house
from her
potentially.
house, yeah. So if she's walking through here in the middle at night, you'll not be able to see a thing.
No. See, the other thing is as if she's felt unwell or something and went tumbling. I hope she's not in the river.
Should the worst happen and we find the person trapped or and a rescue needs to be effected, either from down a steep banking or within water, then the fire service are there and we can then take charge.
It's dark now and there's just so much to search in this area. If someone's familiar with the area, potentially they'll know it better than we do. So they'll know where to hide if they don't want to be found. You have to be very meticulous. There's just so many places to search and so many areas you can hide out and not be seen. What would make it worse is if you walk past her and leave her there. And that would be sickening.
I've located it. We're going to need an ambulance. I don't know exactly where we are.
Oh my God. "3317 control. Can you have a look at my radio and 3839's radio and see if we're anywhere near each other, please?" Oh, they're up ahead here. Are you all right? We're with us. You're going to be sick. Don't worry. Don't worry.
How long have you been out there? Sunrise this morning.
You've been out there since sunrise? Goodness me. The pressure's there because you care. You can't do this job without caring. And you're invested in the outcome. And the relief when you find them is tremendous. What was she doing when you found her?
Sat off the floor.
Oh.
Sat shivering, weren't you, bless you? Yeah, Guardian. Yeah.
Steve, receiving over.
She looked quite poorly. I think if she'd been there much longer, it could have been a different outcome. You all right, sweetheart?
You all right?
You're freezing. Not far now. Right, let's get the lady in the van.
Go on, Sergeant.
We're just with the Whisper. We're just taking her to hospital. We're going to get her straight up.
That's brilliant news. Great work. Can you just make sure family are made aware as soon as we can?
Yes, yes.
Really, really happy with this one. This could have ended a lot worse. I'm really chuffed that we were able to get to her in time and find her. She wasn't very well when she was found, but my understanding is she's made a full recovery and she's getting the support she needs.
Too many people are reported to us missing in crisis over and over and over again, and that clearly indicates to me that the system is failing certain individuals. However, I have somebody personally very close to me who has had a mental health crisis, and they got their lives back on track. So when I go to work, I look at the missing people that we have reported to us and know it is possible. I understand that there's a lot of pressure on a lot of services, but I'm always positive, and I hope that the chain will be broken.
Since the day police brought Mark home from the canal, he's been finding ways of coping with his PTSD.
I've been alright for 4 months, like. I mean, I've had a couple of hiccups, but not where I've fleed or anything like that. Sometimes when I'm in that state in the morning, if I go and potter around in my fishing cupboard, my mind changes and I can filter it out. So that's really the only steps that I'm doing, is trying to occupy my mind from keep thinking about stuff. And up to now it's working, yeah. I do see a doctor once a month that just has a quick chat with me, checks upon my medication, see if we can change it or anything. And I see a psychologist once a month. I know it's going to take time, because I know any day I could have a setback. But I'm hoping when I've settled down a bit longer, I can go back into work. Yeah, things are more positive. I'm looking forward to see what happens in future, to be honest.
you.